Good morning. Here's the plan. This is the plan. You guys are all part of the plan as you are watching along with us, either now while we are live or later on when we are dead.
We'll be in infamy.
Yeah, we will then be now. Soon. All right, so it's Thursday morning. It's almost 10 o'clock. We're here to talk to you about FOC. We're doing it a day early. I'm gonna try to keep this routine up. See if I can make that happen.
I hope so.
Just depends. But we're doing this show. We do this show every week to talk to you guys and gals about Final Order Cutoff. Final Order Cutoff is our last chance to adjust the numbers of comics that we order before they actually ship out to us.
They're letting us know there's a typo with Batman.
Is there?
It's 89 instead of 98.
Oh, shit. Yeah, well.
We'll fix it after this.
You can't get Batman 89, that's for sure. That is out of stock. That's 98. That's my bad.
Can you flip it real quick?
I can edit it.
Hold on one sec, guys. We're gonna fix that.
Hold on, please.
People ordering.
Oh yeah, no
Batman
fucking
89 all over
nope,
again, and I
that's
can
not
refresh
gonna
this
happen.
page.
Let me get back to the. Hold on. I was typing this up late last night, and I was trying to go as fast as I possibly could because I wanted to go to sleep, and that didn't.
You don't get to sleep.
No, it didn't. I think it was up until 1:30 or so.
So we're back tonight too, everybody. We'll be back tonight with a show from 4 to 7.
Sorry.
John changes this.
Sorry about Monday. There was just too much shit going on Monday.
I think we might even add a game in.
Maybe.
Nah.
Randy says nah. 98. Update. So if you hit refresh on your screen, that should be taken care of now, maybe?
I can't see it, so.
Okay.
Not till we get there.
All right.
Let's get this going.
Okay, so the reason we do this show is to talk to you guys about all the stuff that's coming up on FOC so that you can be aware of things and make educated decisions as to what comics you would like to order. Like I said earlier, Final Order Cutoff, that's our last chance, man. It's our last chance to adjust numbers to be guaranteed what we order, as long as UPS shows up and as long as it doesn't show up damaged, as we were sitting around waiting for a box to be delivered this morning. But FOC is the best way to ensure that you get the comics that you want for your subscription or your hold slot. So all of these titles are on FOC. The DC stuff specifically is on FOC Sunday, August 9th. So we need you to get your DC Comics orders to us before 11 a.m. on Sunday, August 9th. Orders that come in after that point can't be guaranteed. So that's just the long and short of it. Everything else, Marvel, Boom, Dark Horse, Dynamite, IDW, all those titles are on FOC on Monday, August 10th. And again, we need your orders in by 11 a.m. on Monday. Or if you're cool and you like to get an A for the day, get it all in on Sunday. Then I don't have to worry about looking at 3 different spots because I already have to do that. The way it works, if you'd like to subscribe to anything that you see on this show, please comment sub with the title. If you would just like to pull a copy because you don't want to commit to the entire series or you want to just check it out or you like the cover artist, please comment pull with the title, the cover, if there's an A and a B, and then the quantity. If for some reason you want 25 copies, we can make that happen.
Legends of the Dark Knight.
Yeah, right, exactly. If you know,
this is the prime example.
This is the perfect example because we talked about that book when it was on FOC. We went ahead and pulled copies for anybody who was subscribed to Death Metal, and then you had the opportunity to refuse the book at the register. And if you do that, then we won't put you on any more of the one-shots. But, you know, Dark Knights, Legends of the Dark Knights, Death Metal, whatever the title is, before it came out, the weeks leading up to the book's release, it was a $20, $25 book, and the ratio incentive variant was nuts. We're not taking orders for ratio variants, just FYI. There's too much. You can come talk to me at the store. We can talk about that. With a title like Batman, where we're already kind of maxed out on the copies that we're putting on the rack, I can't take the risk to add another 25 copies to that. So we've got to talk with you. If you want to order something like that, you're going to be on the hook for the extra copies that we need to get you that incentive variant. But we've got a a special thing for all of that. So you can't request ratio variants. That's done. And the Legends of the Dark Knight thing was the perfect example of that, because that book is selling for $200 on eBay right now. And same thing with the Batman Clown Hunter Puncher, whatever his name is. Anyway, Clown Puncher. That's the character that I'd like to see. Just pow, right in the nose. Every time you hit him in the nose, it honks too. So it's like, like your horn for the stream sale. Clown Puncher. We got some clown punch. There we go. Pow. So that's the long and short of it. If you'd like to subscribe, please comment, sub. We'll make sure that you don't miss an issue for the series. If you'd just like to pull a copy or multiple copies, pull with the title, the cover, and the quantity. All right? So from Dark Horse this week, the first book that we're going to talk about is the Orville Launch Day #1 of 2. Little 2-issue miniseries in stores September 2nd. When seemingly hostile Krill ships cross into Union space, the Orville intercepts. Captain Mercer learns they are en route to a planet that left the Union decades ago under mysterious circumstances. Scans have discovered a moon-sized construct, Death Star, above the planet, and the Krill intend a preemptive strike against the presumed weapon. See? I called it!
You did.
But is it
It's
a
like
weapon?
You've seen a movie that had that in it or something.
Or 3 now. Cause how many different Star Wars movies were
12?
Yeah, something like that. 3. Star Wars, Jedi, and
There's only 3 that really
Force
matter.
Awakens.
The other ones, I don't know
Well,
what the hell those were.
So the Orville Launch Day #1. If you were on the old Orville series, we'll make sure you're on this
Somebody
new one.
wants to sub Batman Clown Puncher.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to do that as well. Let's get a hold of James Tinian and we'll be like, hey man, I got an idea for a spin-off book. It's called Batman Clown Puncher. He just goes to carnivals, a cross-country carnival tour, punching clowns in the nose with a honk. There we go. Perfect. Clown Puncher. Oh, shit. Next from Dark Horse, I'm pumped about this book. This book was supposed to come out during the shutdown, like way back in March. This is Spy Island #1. It's a 4-issue miniseries.
What?
Hello.
Calling at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Do you guys have Legends of the Dark Knight Death Metal?
That was fun all day long yesterday.
All day. Super spy Nora Freud has a plum assignment. She's stationed on a tropical island. Her mission: keep an eye on things. That's a pretty easy mission, I think.
Easy.
The problem is that the island is on the lip of the Bermuda Triangle where anything can happen. Her other problem is that this particular island is a den of intrigue populated by spies, tourists, and evil villains set on global domination.
Wow.
Spy Island is a 4-issue special limited series by the creative team that brought you Man-Eaters from Image. The main cover is awesome, and it's by Leah Minternique, who is the interior cover artist. And the variant cover over there on Dom's side that makes me want to get up and dance is also
that one.
by Leah Minternique. So, again, this book should have been out, I don't know, March, and it's now coming out in September.
That's
so
not even relevant anymore.
hopefully all 4 issues are done by now, since you've had a whole, half a year to get it.
Why don't you just drop the whole series and let's move on,
Spy Island from Dark Horse. All right, from DC this week, in stores September 2nd, it is not Batman 89, it is Batman 98, which is, I think so.
Let me see. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Now.
Woo! That was a close one, man. Close one. The Joker War Part 4 of 6 happens here. Batman is at his most vulnerable following a massive dose of an experimental new Joker toxin, Clown Puncher. With the Dark Knight haunted by demons and visions, it's up to Harley Quinn to protect him while he recovers. Didn't she get...
Ah,
she's back at it. She just sewed that shit up and went on her way. Yeah. Because Punchline is on her way. The main cover on my side is by David Finch, which is pretty awesome. And the variant cover on Dom's side is very creepy by Francesco Mattina.
Yeah, I don't give me the creeps.
I
don't like that.
I don't know what's happening there. I don't know. It's like the Joker is superimposed on Punchline. Right. I don't know. Batman 98, not 89. From Image this week, this sounds fun, and it's crazy to think that the Kuberts have spawned another comic book god? I don't know. This is her first ever comic book work, but Emma Kubert partners with an up-and-coming creator, Rusty Glad, to deliver a high fantasy epic in Inkblot #1. This new ongoing series follows a powerful sorceress attempting to correct her greatest mistake. This is her mistake. The creation of a magical cat that can travel through time, space, and reality.
It sounds like, what's the cat in Captain Marvel?
Flurkin?
A flurk.
The cat threatens to unravel the fabric of the universe, doesn't care, and just won't listen.
What cat does?
That sounds fun. It sounds fun. For folks that like Middle West, what was the other one that with the clock cat from Leila Del Duca? Shutter? Kind of similar idea there, but Emma Kubert, I don't know if she's the daughter of Andy or Adam, but
becoming the first family of comics.
Yeah, right? Third generation Kubert.
Amazing if that's the case.
Writing and drawing this new image series called Inkblot.
Absolutely no nepotism in comic books.
No, not at all. None whatsoever.
Randy learned a big word today.
Look at the big brains on Brad over here.
Brains on him.
I'll explain it to you later, Don.
I gotta write that down. Nepotism. I eat meat and sugar.
Google.
How about, don't say Siri, because that'll shut the whole show down. Next from Image, we've got Sex Criminals Sexual Gary Special #1. We go from Emma Kubert to Sexual Gary. It's weird. Remember Sexual Gary? You remember Sexual Gary, Dom?
I remember Sexual Gary.
What's up with that guy? The brilliant Rachel Stott, who did Supergirl and Doctor Who, drew a story so crazy it had to be told, but not by Chip, who was still a big part of the whole thing. The main cover on my side is by Mr. Chip Zdarsky. The variant cover is the XXX variant cover by Katie Skelly. And we can't show you that because it is graphic.
Like,
oh, damn! Boom!
Some great covers in
That's a huge...
That's a big... Oh.
Yeah. From Marvel this week, here's another book that was supposed to come out back in March. Or I think it was technically in May because Black Widow was supposed to be the movie that anchored Free Comic Book Day.
Right.
So if you don't know, every year there's a blockbuster Marvel movie that is anchored, that kind of anchors Free Comic Book Day, and the whole thing is kind of planned around that big theatrical release. Didn't happen this year, but here is the book. This is Black Widow #1, best-selling Eisner-nominated writer Kelly Thompson from Captain Marvel and Star, and rising star artist Elena Casagrande from Catwoman. I just like to say that name. Launch a new Black Widow series that changes everything. Natasha Romanoff has been a spy almost as long as she's been alive, and she's never stopped running, whether she was working for the good guys or the bad. But Natasha's world is about to be upended. Beyond San Francisco's Golden Gate lies a mystery that only the Marvel Universe's greatest spy can solve. Don't miss this heartbreaking thrill ride of 2020. Main cover right there is by Mr. Adam Hughes. There is a variant cover that we don't have an image for, even though this book should have been out in May, by Kim Jacinto.
Wow.
Come on, Kim.
She's running a little late.
Just a bit.
I'm in quarantine.
Just a tad behind. I can't get no art supplies!
I'm out of ink.
The variant cover on Dom's side is by some no-name Scott Campbell. Soup. And then we have the video game variant right there. So, yeah, I don't know why she's...
You know me, I don't like I'm not a big Campbell fan, but I like that cover.
You like that cover?
That's right.
She's on her tippy toes.
She's on her tippy toes.
Shooting her wrist rockets off on her tippy toes. I don't understand that. Who does that? Come on.
Just excited, man.
Oh, I guess. Okay, next from Marvel this week, we have Immortal Hulk #0.
Look at that.
The real story of Brian Banner with a new tale by Al Ewing. Al Ewing and Joe Bennett's Immortal Hulk series has illuminated the Hulk's history like none before it. This special issue reprints Incredible Hulk 312 and Incredible Hulk -1. Two of the pivotal stories that inspired the Immortal take on Brian Banner, Bruce's father, and the terrifying conduit to the One Below All. Plus, a brand new story reveals yet more secrets behind this mastermind of cruelty. A can't-miss issue for any Immortal Hulk fanatic, with 2 reprints and a new story. The cover is by Mattia De Lulis, I guess.
Lion King cover?
Sure.
Is that what that is? I wish I could do the other noises.
Yeah, same.
That would've been great.
$4.99. If you're on Immortal Hulk, we will go ahead and order this for you unless you tell us that you don't want it, because it is mostly reprints. Speaking of mostly reprints, next from Marvel this week we have Marvel Tales Captain Britain #1. A legendary hero flies the flag for the UK as we celebrate the legacy of the House of Ideas with the era-spanning Marvel Tales. In Chris Claremont and Herb Trimpe's incredible Captain Britain 1976 issues 1 and 2, Brian Braddock must choose between the Sword of Might and the Amulet of Right. Only one will transform him into Captain Britain, champion of Albion. Then Brian takes a trip across the pond and ends up in Spider-Man's neighborhood, but their first meeting turns downright murderous, courtesy of Arcade. So it reprints Marvel Team Up number 65 and 66 by the fan-favorite team of Claremont and Byrne. Then the sword is drawn in Excalibur #1 as Claremont joins artist Alan Davis to team Captain Britain and his girlfriend Megan with a trio of X-Men, Nightcrawler, Shadowcat, and Phoenix to form the UK's most offbeat super team. So this is a big $8...
A lot going on in there,
I know,
man.
right? Big $8 reprint issue featuring a new cover by In-Hyuk Lee, collecting Captain Britain 1 and 2, Marvel Team Up 65, 66, and Excalibur #1. Marvel Tales Captain Britain #1.
A lot of bang for your buck on that one.
That certainly is. Try buying those issues now. You ain't going to spend $8 on that.
Hell no.
For sure. All right, next from Marvel this week, we've got Marvel Zombies Resurrection #1 of 4. You guys may remember there was a Marvel Zombies Resurrection one-shot that came out maybe a year ago to celebrate the 80th anniversary of Marvel Comics. This is a 4-issue miniseries that's continuing the legacy of these zombies. Marvel Zombies rise again when the core of Galactus reaches the planet Earth carrying a cannibalistic virus. Spider-Man and a ragtag group of heroes struggle to save survivors and uncover the truth.
Like something else.
I know,
DC.
right? Main cover on my side is by In-Hyuk Lee. The variant cover on Dom's side with a weird zombie Ms. Marvel and Squirrel Girl is by Ryan Gonzalez. Then Stephanie Hans pulling out the punches with an X-23 Marvel Zombies cover, followed by Greg Land on Dom's side with a zombified Jean Grey Phoenix. And last but not least, you have the Stanley Lubera Marvel Zombies Resurrection #1. Zombie Aunt May is a little terrifying.
It is.
It's a little much.
My cat's not any better.
No, she's missing an eye and some teeth. All of them. I mean, none of them. All right, so there's all of your Marvel stuff, kids. This next one's pretty cool. From AWA, we have Grendel, Kentucky #1. Whoop whoop! Randy likes this because why, Randy? Tommy Lee Edwards is the artist, the interior artist on this book. For 2 generations, the rural hill town of Grendel, Kentucky. Yeah, exactly. So this is basically a modern take on the Grendel story of old. So Grendel, Kentucky has honored its Faustian bargain with the monster living in its abandoned coal mine. A human sacrifice every season in return for agrarian prosperity, the likes of which this rocky region has never before seen. Agrarian means farming. Including its greatest cash crop. Right? The dankest weed in the land, kids. This has got Colorado written all over it. When one town elder breaks this pact, Grendel's only hope is that its prodigal daughter will return home to face down the creature of her nightmares and bring her all-female biker gang with her. There's a lot to unpack in that solicit.
Yes.
There's a lot going on. But, you know, AWA is killing it right now. The main cover is by Tommy Lee Edwards, who's doing the interior artwork as well. Yeah. The cover on Dom's side is the Mike Diodato wraparound cover.
Fantastic.
It is. It's pretty amazing.
I get 7 of them.
7? 7 of each, or just 7?
Pull 7
yeah.
for Randy.
Randy wants. You got to comment though. Pull 7 with
right,
your
get
cover
in there.
preference.
Get in there.
I just did.
You want to do 4 of A, 4 of B? Grendel, Kentucky, numero 1.
If you subscribe to Beef, you'll automatically get sub to this.
Oh, wow.
There was one person on Beef.
There's only one man.
There was only one man.
Dare gives me the raspberry. Vanderwilt. From Boom Studios this week, I'm really pumped about this one. We Only Find Them When They're Dead, #1. A new sci-fi epic from Al Ewing, who's the writer of Immortal Hulk, and Simone DeMeo from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. On the edge of space where humanity is harvesting the corpses of giant alien gods to survive. Like they were doing in Nowhere from Guardians of the Galaxy. No one has ever seen a living god, but Captain Malik is obsessed with being the first. Captain Malik and the crew of the Vihan 2 harvest the only resources that matter from the giant corpses of alien gods found on the edge of human space. I just love sci-fi shit like this.
Kind of reminds me of the Celestials.
Yes.
The Celestials.
While other autopsy ships, like that's crazy, yeah. While other autopsy ships race to salvage the meat, minerals, and metals that sustain the human race, Malik sees an opportunity to finally break free from this system. But Malik's obsession with the gods will push his crew into the darkest reaches of space, bringing them face to face with a threat unlike anything they've ever imagined, unless the rogue agent on their trail can stop them first. So it's like Firefly, it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm in. I'm
just picturing the god meat is like Kobe beef.
Right. Randy's like, did you say meat? I want some god meat.
Like a shaved real put on a bun.
I'm like, don't take a god meat bacon sandwich, please. Cover A on my side is by Simone DeMeo. Cover B on Dom's side is by Tony Infante. I gotta look and see if Morgan sent me a preview PDF because I want to read this sucker right now. Okay. From Aftershock this week comes Lonely Receiver #1. That you got a problem with her. Yeah, you might need to see an optometrist, ma'am, because there's somebody falling out of your eye hole. Katrin Vander, a lonely video producer, buys an artificial intelligence partner, that's a bad idea, that's meant to bond for life. After 10 years together, her holographic wife suddenly disconnects without a warning. The breakup drives Katrin to the point of near insanity. She's alone for the first time in years and reeling from a loss that she can't comprehend. Set in the new future, drenched in pastels and sunshine, Lonely Receiver is a horror/breakup story in 5 parts. Written by Zach Thompson, who's done Undone by Blood, The Replacer, and Her Infernal Descent, No One's Rose, and X-Men. So he's got some books under his belt there. I don't know, man. And illustrated in color by Jen Hickman from Moth and Whisper and Test.
I guess you can't have somebody like Hickman write synopsis because it would take
would be a whole comic book. Yeah, exactly. Lonely Receiver #1 from the fine folks at Aftershock.
Interesting.
Yeah. From Titan this week comes a new Doctor Who. I don't know if it's a one-shot or if it's a miniseries. I'm assuming that it's a one-shot because of the price. Doctor Who Time Lord Victorious #1. A thrilling new adventure for the 10th Doctor, as played by fan favorite David Tennant, that sees the shocking return of his deadliest enemies, the Daleks. But things aren't what they seem. Time is all wrong, and something is coming that terrifies even the Daleks. Daleks?
I call it
Daleks. Potato, tomato, tomato. Let's throw the whole thing off. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The first of 2 oversized issues kicking off the BBC's highly anticipated multi-platform Doctor Who epic Time Lord Victorious. So it's going to tie in to a TV show.
That would be cool.
Cover A on my side is by Lee Binding. Cover B on Dom's side is by Priscilla Petrades. Sorry, Priscilla.
Murdered John.
Cover C on my side down here is by Andy Tong. Cover D on Dom's side is by Hendry Prestea. That's a cool Dalek cover. And then we've got the sketch version of that same cover D in blue line right there in front of you. So, Doctor Who Time Lord Victorious #1 of 2. And from Zenoscope this week, we've got another conspiracy one-shot. This is Conspiracy Black Knight's Satellite #1. Years ago, a NASA mission caught a glimpse of what officials reported as space debris making its way back to Earth. Others claim this is the photographic evidence of an extraterrestrial spy satellite that has been orbiting the Earth for over 13,000 years, transmitting data on us back to an otherworldly location. Throughout the years, there have been many theories surrounding this mysterious object that has been dubbed the Black Knight Satellite.
I like to read this.
OMAC.
OMAC.
Is the truth to this object out there? Are we being watched? And if so, what are the intentions of those doing the watching? They're just voyeurs, that's all.
The watchers.
Yeah, right? You can find out in this one-shot issue for $4.99. Cover A on my side is by Leonardo Colapietro, and cover B, which is pretty awesome on Dom's side, by Igor Vitorino. Conspiracy Black Knights Satellite number 1 for $5. All right, that brings us to our Who Does Number 2 Work For segment.
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
We're either 12-year-olds or geniuses for calling the segment Who Does Number 2 Work For. I like to...
I think we're both.
Yeah, I think
We're 12-year-old geniuses.
12-year-old geniuses.
We like poop jokes.
That's right. From Dark Horse this week, we have the Alien Original Screenplay number 2 of 5. Number 1 is on the rack right now. Well, maybe not, because we're waiting on a box to be delivered from
Cardboard
Diamond.
box.
Yeah.
Waiting on a box.
But the intercepted voice transmission has been interpreted. A dire warning, but is it too late? As the crew continues to survey the massive pyramid structure, they find an entrance. Don't go in there.
That's what those aliens.
Who goes in won't come out alone. Adapted from the original 1976 screenplay by Dan O'Bannon, author of Mobius's Long Tomorrow and co-writer of Total Recall and writer-director of Return of the Living Dead. We have a main cover by the interior artist Guilherme Balbi and a variant cover on Dom's side by Mr. Walt Simonson. How about that? That's a weird alien egg and a face hugger popping out of there. But, it's going to look a little different because this is based on the original screenplay. Okay, from DC this week, The Dreaming Waking Hours number 2, which is just a 2-issue little miniseries. Number 1 also came out this week, is on FOC. New mother Lindy is trapped in the dreaming, and the love-struck nightmare Ruin is loose in the real world. Dream must put this situation right, but to do so, he'll have to travel to the black chest where he keeps his most dangerous nightmares and pull the answers right from the mouth of the unimaginable, endless teeth. A lot to unpack there as well. This is the main cover, and this main cover is by Bill Sienkiewicz. So he was supposed to have a variant to number 1, and they didn't put it out. And so I wonder if they used his cover for the Sienkiewicz cover to number 2. From IDW this week, also that came out Wednesday, My Little Pony Transformers number 2. I know, right? They were in the first issue too. It's Spike and Grimlock's time to shine as they take on the Decepticons. Meanwhile, Pinkie Pie is determined to share as much knowledge about equestrian and Autobot cuisine as possible with her new friends, which is why she invites Gage to her kitchen for a live baking show.
There we go.
But things get a bit too spicy when Shockwave shows up.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. My Little Pony Transformers number 2 of 4 is on FOC.
That's fantastic.
And we've got copies of number 1. If you
don't.
we don't?
I think we're out.
There's no way.
Yeah.
We ordered
I'll double check.
we ordered 25 of them.
There was only a couple on the rack.
I wonder if we put them in 2 spots.
I'll double check.
Okay.
Because I only saw 2 up there yesterday.
Because I'll show you why this is getting a second printing.
Oh.
We have a new segment, so stay tuned, Oscar.
Awesome.
I love that this next one, this is from Image. We have Lost Soldiers number 2 of 5, and the only information that we get is called The Crash. That's it. So hopefully you read number 1.
Real life.
You know what The Crash is. But number 2 of 5, Lost Soldiers. I think we still have copies of number 1. Ailes Cott is doing the writing for this one. Okay? From
Now
Vault.
makes me want to read that.
The Crash?
Yes, because it's so little.
Because it's so, yeah. That's the opposite of Jonathan Hickman, and the opposite of the Aftershock solicit. It just says The Crash.
What's going on here? 'Cause
Take it
that's
or
a
leave
cool
it.
cover.
Right? From Vault this week, also on FOC, we have Vampire the Masquerade number 2. Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know, because I was back here packing stuff all day. Not fudge, perverts. Cecily Bain takes fledgling vampire Allie on a twisted tour of the nightlife of the Twin Cities. Like Minneapolis and St. Paul?
Yeah.
Twin Cities?
Yeah.
Okay. But those lessons can't prepare her for the assignment she has to complete by dawn. Her first feeding. Ooh. Watch out. Cover your necks. So hangry, Ohana. Cover A on my side is by Aaron Campbell. There is a cover B that you cannot see by Mr. David Mack. And just like issue number 1, there is a cover C foil version of the David Mack cover. If you haven't seen that foil cover, it is on fire.
It's amazing.
It is really good. So there will be 3 covers for Vampire the Masquerade number 2. A by Aaron Campbell, B and C both by David Mack, with the C cover being $9.99 and a foil cover. Okay? From Titan this week, again, this is a huge chunk of these books should be in the box that gets delivered this morning at some point. We have Horizon Zero Dawn number 2. Alloy and Talana return in a new story set after the events of the game. That's all the information that we have.
Doesn't make me want to read that one.
Cover. I want to read it just because I don't know what the game is, and it looks awesome.
The art's incredible.
Is it really? Cover A is by Jung Gen Yoon. Cover B is the video game wraparound cover by Anna Molina. Cover C is by Loish right here.
Lost it there for a second.
That's okay. And cover D, this was the just recently added FOC cover by the oh so hot right now, Peach Momoko.
Oh boy.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy.
Get your orders
I'll
in.
take 75 copies.
Yeah, right.
I'll be rich.
Okay, guys, that brings us to our new section, the subsequent print speculation section. I don't know. I'm still
Oscar's coming in today, so I'm making a video.
still working on the title
Guy in those
for that.
second prints.
Ooh-wee. So this is a new segment. If you guys aren't following what's going on right now, it's silly. It doesn't make any sense. Second prints of these books are immediately being $15 to $20 books in the secondary market. So we want to bring attention to those in case you are so inclined. Oscar, Jeremiah, who else? Who else is a second print fiend?
I don't know.
Chris Peppers.
Oh, Chris Peppers,
he doesn't count because he works here. But
That's right, because he just gets everything.
yeah, he just gets it all.
I'll
But
take
anyway,
everything on the wall.
from Dark Horse, we just talked about Spy Island number 1. It's getting a second print, and it's being solicited at the same time that issue number 1 is. Doesn't make any sense. Dark Horse is taking a page out of Marvel's publishing book right here, but that is the second print for Spy Island number 1.
I like the other one.
Which one?
The disco.
I do too. I like the skull that's underwater because it reminds me of the Goonies. From DC, but I don't have an image. Oh, go back right between the two.
Right there.
DC has a second print of Death Metal number 2.
Wonder why?
I don't know.
wonder why.
Cough, Robin King. Cough. So if you missed out on Death Metal number 2, or if you're a completionist and you want all the variants, DC typically does a recolored version of the main cover. So there will be on FOC Sunday, because it's a DC book, Death Metal number 2 second print. IDW is coming to the plate with 3 second printings.
Crazy.
One of them is Kanto and the Clockwork Fairies number 1. This is just a one-shot, but again, this is a placeholder for the new Kanto series that comes out, I think, at the end of the month. Second print, Kanto and the Clockwork Fairies number 1. We also get a second print of what I was just talking about, My Little Pony Transformers number 1. So that's sold out. We still have plenty of copies of the first print here at the store. And this next one, Transformers vs. Terminator number 1 second print. So 3 different second print options from the folks at IDW.
I'll be back to another.
I'll be back again.
Image has got a couple second prints on this week. The first one has no image, which is ironic because of the name of the publisher. Yeah. Hedra number 1, the big magazine one-shot sci-fi book that came out last week, is on a second print. So if you dug it, if you missed it, if you want to get a copy, I think we have a couple. Let us know on that. But check this one out.
Oh, awesome.
Ice Cream Man number 20 that came out yesterday that had a B cover that was a Dr. Seuss homage is getting a second printing with another Dr. Seuss homage. So if you are a fan of Dr. Seuss or of Ice Cream Man or of second prints, here you go. Ice Cream Man number 20, the Dr. Seuss second print variant. Okay?
Here we go.
Marvel's got 4, and all 4 of those have no images. So you're going to have to either check back throughout the week. We'll show you the item codes here in a second. Captain Marvel 18 from last week, that was a $10 book right out of the gate, is getting a second print that's on FOC on Monday. Thor number 5 is getting a second. Is that a second print or is it a third print? I thought it was a third print. It is a third print of Thor number 5, so I will change that as well. Venom 27, that hasn't even come out yet, that comes out next week, is getting a second print. It's on FOC on Monday.
You don't even get the book yet, and now they're doing second print.
I don't know, man. And Wolverine number 2 is also getting a second print. So Captain Marvel 18, Thor number 5, Venom 27, Wolverine number 2. If you're on any of those and you would like second prints, or even if you're not and you just want them, let us know before Monday.
Third print.
Thor's a third print. I'll edit the post afterwards to change that. And from Titan, Horizon Zero Dawn number 1 is getting a second print with kind of a recolored version of the Art Germ main cover that we, again, don't have because it's in a box that will be delivered today. So there is your, what do we call it? Our subsequent print speculation section.
Right.
If you want any of those, let us know before Sunday for DC, Monday for everybody else. And that brings us to the end of the show. From this point on, you have a giant block of all of the books that are on FOC. The first section is all the DC stuff. DC doesn't have item codes, so you can't just copy a code and Google it. You'd have to type in some stuff there to get information. But after DC, we have everything broken down by publisher, starting with Boom. You can take a look through all of those items. If you have questions about them, you want to show them how to do it?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity.
Well, don't do that because that, I don't know why that's showing up, because it's Diamond.
Oh, that's true.
You know what I mean? So let's do...
something else here.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find something good. About ink blots. Where we go?
Wow.
Oh. Yep.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to do a trade paperback.
Perfect.
That's cool?
Absolutely. So all you have to do is copy the item code that is in front of whichever item you are interested in. Copy that sucker, paste it into a web browser of your choice. The very first item that is going to come up on the screen should be the Previews World listing for that particular item.
And if you haven't seen the show,
oh yeah,
this is the second part of it.
So yeah, the Old Guard has the trade paperback that collects the second series that just wrapped up, called Force Multiplied. That is on FOC this Monday. Cover price is $16.99. You've got a image, you've got a blurb, you've got all the solicited information. So you can take from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and part of the morning on Sunday, all day Sunday for the other stuff. Go through the list, get your stuff together, send it over to us by either Sunday at 11 for DC, Monday at 11 for everybody else. And we will get that ordered for you.
If you're doing it in store, get the Saturday night for DC.
Yeah,
stuff.
if you're requesting stuff while you're here at the shop this weekend, Saturday night is the cutoff to add anything to my clipboard, because then I'll take that home and get that all ready to go Sunday morning. So that's it. That's all she wrote for this week's show. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it's informative. If you missed it live, which is weird because we're live right now, this will be posted on our Facebook page, so you can check that out anytime over the weekend. If you're not on Facebook, that's cool too. You can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles. And we will have this video uploaded to YouTube momentarily, so you can put your same exact requests, the pull sub requests, into comments on YouTube, and we'll get all that stuff ordered for you. So join us tonight. Make sure you tune in 4 p.m. tonight, right here, Facebook Live. We've got our 4 to 7 stream sale. Have a great week, and we'll see you over the weekend. Take care, guys.